Welcome back to Kitchens of the World Philippines, and I am back from Talisay. But now let me take you on a journey to Karkar, where we will do Ginabot. And the other famous lechon from Cebu is, of course, the one from Karkar, the one that's stuffed with pasyote and eaten with a sauce that's poured over it. Another thing that's delicious in Karkar, of course, is their ginabot. Before me is a whole pot of ginabot. Ginabot is Karkar's rendition of Chicharon Bulaklak, made out of local hogs. This is, of course, one of the tastiest renditions you'll ever find. I'm going to pair it with nothing else but locally. So refreshing. I drink this every time I'm in Cebu. Another Karkar specialty is the ginabot, which means simply to pull everything and anything out of the pig. The innards are then taken out and fried. This is how we do it.
In here, we have the ingredients to cook for the ginabot. So we have the calamansi, the onions, the garlic, the soy sauce, the vinegar, local vinegar. We have a little bit of vetsin and the rock salt.
And all of this, they boil together with the intestines to clean it and to flavor it before it gets fried. And of course, after we fry and slice the ginabot, I couldn't help but fix it up to make it look like a feast. So this is my little boodle fight from Karkar. It's made out of Karkar specialties like the chicharon, the ampao, and the bucarillo. And of course, not to forget our famous ginabot. Welcome back to my kitchen, and today we're going to do what I just learned to do in Karkar. And you know what they do best in Karkar aside from lechon? It's the chicharon. Basically, what it is, the ginabot, which is the Chicharon Bulaklak. But one thing that amazed me the most is the fact that in Karkar, they don't just make Chicharon Bulaklak, but they fry all the innards of the lechon, which is why that is exactly what I'm making today. And I'm going to recreate that right now in Reggie's kitchen. In my pot, I have some water. I have dahon ng sibuyas, tanglad, ginger, peppercorns. I'm going to add bay leaves. Don't forget to crumple your bay leaves before putting it in. Chili flakes, peppercorns, and then once that boils, I'm going to put in the different parts of the pig. What they did was they cooked the stomach, which goes first into the pot. Then you put all the other things like the heart. Please take note that all of these things are cleaned very well, especially the stomach and the intestines. You clean that by rubbing it with rock salt and a little bit of cornstarch. And then bring it to one boil, throw the water away, and then recook that in this brand new fresh pot of water together with all the aromatics and the spices. We're gonna cook this all together for 1 hour. The stomach of the pig will cook for about an hour and a half. And then right after that, we're going to show you the next step. Don't forget to bring all your innards to a boil first. Bring your innards to a boil, meaning you boil one pot of water, and after you boil that pot of water, you put in your innards, boil it for about 10-15 minutes, take it all out, throw the water, and make a fresh pot. The second pot will be where you will put all your spices and all your aromatics. So after I took them out, I'm going to dry them out for about an hour. That's how I like to do it, so that you're also safe when you put it in very hot oil. So get oil. In this case, I'm going to use Golden Fiesta canola oil, very hot oil. Make sure you have enough oil to submerge your innards. So here I have about 4 liters. Now that my oil is smoking, that's when you know that you can start frying. So we're gonna start with the intestines and the stomach. Be very careful when you fry. Sometimes the intestines give you a hard time. They taste good, but it's not easy for you to cook it.
As I always say, the best things in life are worth the wait.
While we're waiting for this, I'll proceed to making our pickled vegetables. So all you need in a pot, that's water. And of course, my everyday vinegar is Datu Puti. I use this for everything, especially with my pickled vegetables. Sugar, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of onions. A little bit of ginger, peppercorns, salt. Bring that to a boil, and then In that warm solution, put in your favorite vegetables. By the way, for you to get a copy of our recipes, our complete recipes are on my website, and that's at reggieaspiras.com. I've done one fry, so once it's brown, I'll take it out. And then later, we fry it 2 times, and then we're going to have excellent crisp chicharon. Then, this is my basic pickling solution for anything. So if you like make any form of achara, use that. You may also opt to add a little bit of chili flakes so that you have sweet, spicy, asim, anghang, all that in one bite. Don't forget to keep tasting your pickling solution because like I said, to each his own. Each palate has its own preference. My pickling solution has now boiled and it's boiling. I'm going to put this hot solution into whatever vegetable I like to pickle. I don't cook it directly there because I want my vegetables to stay nice and crisp. So I'll put it on, like here, I have chilies, sliced green chilies. Then these are French beans. There. I suggest, of course, that you make this a day in advance so that it pickles well and it stays in the solution for a while. One of my favorite things to pickle is baby corn. Drain it. If you want them smaller, you can slice them in 2, like so. So this is our corn. We're gonna put the pickling solution. There you go. Okay, so this is slightly brown. I'm gonna take it out. And we're now going to double fry our different parts for chicharon and the ginabot. So the heart, the liver, the lungs, the stomach, the intestines, all of that gets fried twice. So while I'm second fry on my assorted chicharons, I'm going to do a nice dipping sauce because of course, aside from the pickled vegetables, I like to eat it with suka. Create a sauce out of the Datu Puti spiced vinegars. Pepper, some sugar, a little salt, some chilies, a little cilantro, some spring onions, and my new favorite thing to use, which is the toyo chili. There. And this is also done. Everything now is so nice and crisp. We just finished cooking the ginabot, which is what I learned in Karkar. So now I'm going to do that recipe my way, which is Chicharon Bulaklak as we know it. So there's another way of doing it, and this is how. First thing you're supposed to do is to clean your bulaklak. We scrub this with salt and with cornstarch, just to make sure that when it's no longer slimy, this is ready to go. Wash it well and bring a fresh pot of water to a boil. Here, I'm gonna do that. And to this, I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar. After boiling your chicharon bulaklak, the next step would be for you to throw out the water or take it out of the pan and then bring a fresh pot of water to a boil. Inside the fresh pot of water, you can put some chilies, peppercorns, salt, some leeks or spring onions, whatever you have. Then put in your bulaklak. Once it boils, let it simmer over low heat for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. And then once the water has reduced, we're gonna fry it. I'm gonna take it out now. See, it's nice and soft. That's wonderful. Make sure your oil is nice and smoking. Please be careful. And remember, make space. Just put oil halfway. Make sure your chicharon is submerged. But don't put more than that because your oil will come up. Look, oh. It's almost full like that. My bulaklak is done. I like pairing my chicharons with something that's fresh. In this case, I'm going to make you a nice ensalada. So first, I'm going to make my dressing. So in goes my vinegar, my fish sauce, sugar, and salt. So here I have some fresh pako. I love pako with chicharon bulaklak. Pour some dressing into your pako, like so. Toss that lightly. Add some onions, kamyas, some cilantro, some grated green mangoes, fresh mangoes, and some tomatoes. This, I think, is a very beautiful dish. And like pairing my chicharons with vegetables, I also like pairing it with juice, fruit. So now I'm going to make a nice cocktail using locally Guyabano. It's so easy to do. You can use it with any flavor of locally. So I have 3 cans. You need a whole cup of ice cubes, a little bit of sugar. Oh, this is actually very nice. A little more lime, a little more sugar. I'll put the vodka last. And this cocktail is done. And you have a wonderful cocktail. Beautiful, it's refreshing, it's delicious. You caught me. I actually invited a friend to my kitchen. But before he comes, of course, I tried everything now. Luckily, Jacob is with me. Jacob traveled with me to Cebu. Meet Jacob Benedicto.
Hi guys.
He traveled with me to Cebu and together we ate all kinds of chicharon, lechon, everything that's good. We had a try-off and today we recreated all these dishes and these are perhaps Jacob's favorite things to eat because he loves innards.
They are. I do love innards. When we were there, it was my favorite experience going to Karkar and trying all this amazing chicharon. It's so fresh and clean.
Of course. Here you go.
Thank you so
Try
much.
it. So good, right? And then you have to try this together with the pakwa salad.
Brings me back to Karkar. It's so good. The
Pickled
salad
cheese.
is so fresh. It brings out such a great flavor.
I know, it's wonderful, right? And then, of course, you wash that down with our locally Guyabano cocktail.
I love the
So
liver.
nice, right?
I'm getting spoiled here. Everything that I love.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me and Jacob today on Kitchens of the World, Philippines. We have so many more adventures, so many things to eat, so many things to cook. So join us next time. Bye now.